Alright guys, Stevo Supremo here, and welcome back to a old school pickups video. You know, I don't normally do these anymore because I do like these Facebook deal videos, which is a pickups video, but I get new releases and stuff still too. And I also pick up stuff that you just guys never get to see. So this stuff has been piling up on the floor. Let me show you guys what I picked up. You know, we just had a convention here 2 weeks ago. I know if you watch the channel, I said I was done with conventions. Have a reason, which you'll see why I went to this one. And also we got some new game stuff and everything I just want to show you guys. So yeah, just strap in. I'm going to show you guys the new things that we acquired for the collection. And you know, right off the bat, I hope you guys are able to hear the better quality in microphone, because I finally got a new microphone. I'm still working out the kinks and stuff with it, but hopefully it's sounding better. There's no more popping and just horrible noises in the background. I'll see when I'm watching this footage back. If it's a success, then you're watching it too. So it's been the first step in trying to improve the channel. Next step will be like lighting and figuring out the best way for that, because microphone and lighting has been the worst things for me. So we got one part hopefully fixed. Hopefully we get the second one fixed. So let's get into the pickups now. Oh, and another quick thing. I just want to thank everyone for the huge response to the last video and all the new subscribers that came in and everything. Thanks so much for your response and all the replies and everything in the comments. It was awesome replying to everyone and meeting all the new people. So welcome to the channel. Now let's get into the pickups. Alright, so the first pickup we will show off is this Godzilla remote control figure. It is something I've walked past in Walmart like the past month plus. And I just kept seeing it, and a bunch of the new Godzilla figures are pretty cheap. This cost about 50 bucks, and I just thought it was awesome because it has the heat ray breath. And when you actually control it, like mist or something does come out of his mouth. So really cool to have this. I love the Godzilla movies and the franchise, and I'm collecting all the movies. I don't really have figures of them though. So finally got some Godzilla stuff in the collection, and I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. You know, we just had Easter weekend and everything, and we went on a little vacation, so I haven't got the chance to see the movie yet. But hopefully sometime this week I can just go sit and enjoy some dumb fun and some explosions and fighting with kaiju monsters, and I can't wait. Alright, now into some actual video games. So, like I said, there was a convention going on here in my area about 2 weeks ago now, the Washington State Gaming Expo, and I want to say it was the first time there was a gaming expo done at this facility. I will not try to say the name of the area, Pulia Op, because I'm still learning Washington and all the names here. It's about a 3-hour drive from me, and you guys know I posted my video about Portland Retro Gaming Expo last year and the not so great experience I had at that one. But there was a different reason why I went to this one. It was not for video games, it was for autographs. Yes, there were some people there I really wanted to get their signatures. One that I missed out on Too Many Games a few years back before we moved out here, and then another one I just had to get. So without further ado, let me show you guys this. But real quick, anyone who wants to see footage of that conference, because I don't carry around GoPros or anything at these things, go check out John Riggs' channel. He did a great job covering the whole thing because he lives here in Washington too, and he has great footage of all that stuff. And for, I believe it was the first time for gaming. They've done like all these other type of cons in this area, but it had a good amount of vendors in it, like 30 to 40, with these huge setups with arcades and everything that you get acclimated to seeing at all these other conventions, and Tetris and stuff going on. Only problem was there was only like 8 video game vendors, like 8 to 10 actual gaming vendors. The rest were crafts and everything. So the game hunting was tough. Like I said, I went there for autographs. So let me show you guys the ones that I got. So the first thing I want to show you guys is the one that I missed out on from Too Many Games a few years back, and that's none other than Solid Snake himself, Mr. David Hayter. And he was so awesome. Even when you go up to get the signature, he gives you a little Solid Snake voice while you're leaving, and it was awesome. And you know, I regret after I got this, they would do like packages for selfies and stuff with these guys too, with David Hayter and the other signature I got. I was like, you know what, I want to kind of save the money I budgeted for games. I couldn't really find any games. We'll get into that. So I kind of wished I used some of my money to get selfies and stuff with these guys too, but oh well. But super stoked to have it. It's going to be displayed proudly in the collection. Alright, but the first guy I had to line up to get, which You know, when I lined up for the show, everyone was holding stuff for this guy to sign. So I was like, you know what? He has to be the first one I go to, so I'm not in a huge line for the rest of the show. And that was none other than the Master Chief himself, Mr. Steve Downs. And I got him to sign my Collector's Edition 2 copy of Halo 2, because this is where it all started for me. It didn't start with Halo 1. I jumped on board Halo 2, traded in my PS2 and all the games for the Xbox in this game, and I just lost my life to it. It was an incredible experience to this day. I just have so many great memories with friends on this game and playing online, but love Halo 2. Master Chief and the Halo series have been a big part of my life growing up. Every time there's a new entry, I'm day one on it. So just so thankful to be able to have the chance to meet him and get him to sign this. I actually was worried about it because I didn't know if it was going to smear or anything on here, but he said, you know what, it should do great, and if you protect it, it'll be just fine. I gotta say, he was awesome. You know, I was able to line up and get in front early. I was like maybe the fourth person in line to get a signature. But while he was coming out and waiting for the line to form, he came out and actually, at that time, there might have been 50 to 60 of us in line. And he came out and shook everyone's hand, like talking and shooting some Master Chief one-liners and everything. And it was just great because, you know, some people might be there waiting. So he's like, want you to know he appreciates you coming. So really awesome of him. And by the time I was leaving his line, it was starting to wrap. A couple hundred people were in that thing probably. So I'm glad I got it early, but still incredible experience and incredible guy. Awesome. All right, so now into some showroom floor pickups. And like I said, there wasn't a whole lot of vendors. We're keeping eyes out for GameCube and Wii U, but the selections were few and far in between, or I already had them. So it's really crazy when looking for Wii U stuff. Like everyone always has the same 6 or 7 games. So it's really tough to find Wii U stuff out there, guys. Other than that, this is the stuff I got. Nothing too huge, nothing too crazy. But again, this wasn't the main goal while I went. I went because I wanted those signatures, but this is what we snagged up. We have a sealed copy here of Tron Evolutions, Battle Grids, and also Tron Evolution on the 360. How did you get these Tron games? Well, let me tell you why. It's because I love Tron. I love the movies. I'm so stoked that the third one is like starting to rear up and getting that action now. Stinks that the cast from Tron Legacy doesn't look like it's coming back, but I normally watch Tron Legacy at least once or twice a year. Love the movie, love everything about the soundtrack that Daft Punk did, just awesome. But I never had the games that connected to the movie. And these are actually 2 different games, like 2 kind of different storylines, so got them both. This one is sealed, by the way, too, but it was still really cheap. Glad to finally have them. All right, next up is some GameCube stuff, and it's not blow your mind GameCube stuff, these first 4, because it's just some GameCube sports stuff that we needed, yes, but it's all complete in box, and these were like $2 and $3 a piece. So Madden 05, 06, Winter Olympics, and All-Star Baseball 2002. We needed them all, so we finally have them for the collection, and we can start checking the boxes off for them. But yeah, just 4 sports games. All right, and 2 other games were, and I have to say, like the prices at this one weren't really crazy like the Portland. They were kind of more in the range of what the actual retail price of the games are, not marked up, and you still got deals on it. So Terminator 3 Redemption is the next GameCube game that is complete in box. Love Terminator, so I'm actually stoked to see how this game is. Then the final GameCube pickup, FIFA Street 2, complete in box. So I love the NFL Street and NBA Street games. Never tried a soccer one yet, so this should be cool. So that was pretty much it for the GameCube stuff. The only other GameCube games I almost got was a Chibi Robo, but he had it so overpriced and wasn't coming down on it, so was not going to overpay for it. And then there was a Mario Party 6, which I almost bit the bullet on. I want to say he was asking, was it 75? And it was just no manual, but it had the case art and the disc. Disc was a little scuffed, so I think that's when it normally goes in like the $100 range if it's complete. But yeah, that's it for GameCube. And next up, 2 Wii U games, the only ones I could find that were not in my collection. There was one other, Amazing Spider-Man 2, but it little bit overpriced, so I passed on that. But other than that, I did not have Minecraft on the Wii U, so got that. And we did not have Shovel Knight. Really love this game, so glad to have it physically. And that was all for the show, but for, you know, like a first time for a gaming convention, if this was the first show they did, really successful in my opinion. The crowd wasn't as big as I've seen at other ones, but neither was the venue. But some great guests there, so I can't wait to see like further improvements and how it grows into the future. So next up is the eStarland trade deal, and I won't try to ramble too long just to get into it, but eStarland, you guys have seen a video I did in the past, are pretty good at giving you some decent trade credit on some stuff. You guys know my feelings when it comes to trading in games at game stores. There's a better way for you to get your money back, especially on higher end items if it's an extra you're trying to get rid of or something, rather than trading it to a game store. You're going to get at least half, if not less, marked off for stuff you're trading in. But there is stuff you should trade. All that low-hanging fruit that just does not move, trade that stuff in. Bundle it up and trade it. For me, I had 2 PlayStation 3 consoles, like extra consoles, that I have about 50 bucks invested into. There's a PS3 Super Slim and a PlayStation 3 Slim that I had listed under market, and people just did not want them. And eStarland was given pretty good value on it. I think for both consoles in total, I was going to get almost close to 150 for it. So, hey, I'm making out good on that one. So I got these consoles together with a bunch of the games that weren't moving, and I ended up getting, I'll show you guys a screenshot, about $310-ish, something around there, in trade credit. But we had a hang up. After my items were received and processed, they ended up telling me that the PS3 Slim just was not working, so they couldn't accept it, which I was confused because I tested all my stuff and I played it and had factory reset it before I sent it, and it worked fine. So something must have happened in transit to where it got bumped or something, and now it doesn't work. So my $310 credit actually got wiped all the way down to a little over $200 because I had to pay for the return shipping for it. Let's say just 30 bucks right off the top. So 70 something bucks I was getting for the system, then the 30 for shipping. I lost out on 100 bucks because of that system. And they would have kept it, but there was some miscommunication in the emails, and I was going to tell them to keep it so I could save off of that shipping, but it was too late. They already printed the link. So with the $200, this is what we got. Wii U, we got Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. And for the GameCube, 007 Nightfire, F-Zero GX, and Phantasy Star Online 3. All the stuff is complete in box. And yeah, the big one that I wanted was Tube Slider for the GameCube. They have one in copy, and it was right at market value, so it wasn't like 15 bucks overvalued or 60 bucks overvalued. It was perfect. I had it in my original cart, and when I had to resubmit all my stuff in, it was gone. So I could not get it. So that was the heartbreaker, but still awesome. Heavier titles for the GameCube that I get to mark off the list now, so I'm happy. Alright, and lastly, we're going to do some Facebook deals, and then I got another purchase from my good buddy Garrett, so we'll show that off at the end. But some Facebook deals and a new game. The one new game I got, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Never played any of the games in the series, but this one was always intriguing to me because it looked Monster Hunter-esque, and I've been having a good time with it so far. So I'm about halfway through the game, and I'm enjoying it. Now the Facebook deals. One PS3 game here. They were selling PS3 games for $5 a piece. This is SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. I really enjoy wrestling games and didn't have this one, so catch that. And the next one, there was a lady in my neighborhood selling some Wii games, and she only wanted $15 for all this stuff. It was a Rock Band guitar, which is actually downstairs because it doesn't have a string. But the Rock Band guitar is downstairs. Came with Super Mario Galaxy, but I sent that in as part of the trade to eStarland. And then it had Harvest Moon, Tree of Tranquility, and We Play complete in box. I needed both of those for the collection, and I keep all my guitars, so great deal, 15 bucks. Then the last Facebook deal was this Nintendo DSi XL It's in okay condition. It's pretty scratched up on the... It still works great. I did not have this color in XL, so I wanted to snatch it. And it came with this cruddy copy of Animal Crossing on the DS. Haven't tried to clean it yet. Might not be able to get it clean, but 30 bucks for this. Alright, so now on to my good friend now, Garrett. He hooked me up with another incredible deal of games that he was actually wanting to keep for his personal collection. Decided, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of these two because he's just been cleaning out everything. Once he completes a system, he's clearing it out. You know, we've already bought the Vita, we bought the 3DS, we bought the Wii U. This is stuff the collections of these he sold out before I've even met them yet. But that is PS2 and PS1 stuff. These are ones he wanted to keep, but then contacted me and said, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these and I want you to have them, so here's the price if you're interested. I said, yes, very much so, I'm interested. This is the stuff we got. So we'll start off with the couple PS2. He had a copy of Dark Cloud, which I already own, and a copy of Dark Cloud 2, which I had already owned. The rest of these I did not have though. And this is Radiata, I think you're saying that right, Stories for the PS2, a complete in box. That's it for the PS2, but the PS1 stuff is where really crazy, so on to your butts. But yeah, didn't have any of these. Darkstone, that is complete on PS1. Actually saw this in a thrift store way back when I lived, and probably 15 plus years ago back, for like $2, but it didn't have the disc in it, so I didn't get it. Next PS1 was a Grand Stream Saga, and he said he loved this game. I knew nothing about it till he explained it to me. He said it's one that he just loved playing from his childhood, so he really wants to get my feedback from it when I play it. Yeah, Grand Stream Saga. And next up for the PS1 is a Grand Theft Auto PS1 Collector's Edition set. And this comes with Grand Theft Auto 2, Grand Theft Auto London. Awesome little box set from the GTA series. Only thing I remember from the older GTA games is a line of guys who are jogging and then running over all of them. But yeah, some Grand Theft Auto stuff right there. Alright, now the two big ones. First one, Lunar, the Silver Star Story Complete. PS1, the beautiful box set, has everything in it. It is a thing I never thought I would own this game. Never in a million years. Back in the day when I first started really getting into collecting, and it seems like 15 years ago now, this was one of the big ones to find. If you could find this, it was like, man, you've made it. And it's kind of kept that kind of same value. This one hasn't really shot up or anything like all the other games these days, but it's beautiful and I'm glad I got it. But you can't have the first one without having the second one. So Lunar 2, Eternal Blue Complete. Another one I never in a million years thought I would own. And again, this box is in a little bit better shape. It's in awesome condition. Still got the seal here, which... Crazy story here, guys. This was never played. He only opened it to make sure all the contents were in it, but the disc never came out or went into PlayStation 1. So this thing was so close to being a new copy that was not even open. But I'm happy just to have it used. So once again, Garrett coming through with some awesome games that I get to add to my collection. It's been, you might have seen them hanging out on the shelf back there. I just haven't had a chance to show them and tell the story yet, but it's done now, so they can go back on there. Garrett has been so great. Next up is PS3 stuff, like I said before. So once that's cleared out, probably going to have a bunch of PS3 games for you guys. But that's it. That's all the pickups. I tried to breeze through this as fast as I could, but I probably blabbed for 20 minutes again. So thanks for tuning in. Sorry for the delay in between videos, but hey, it was Easter. We had some vacation and stuff going on, so hopefully I'll get back on schedule and have more frequent, at least once a week, videos coming out again now. So again, thank you to everybody. I'll catch you in the next.